We knew that some people prefer to play Monster Hunter solo, and some other prefer to play it multiplayer. Me, I can go both ways. Whether hunting by myself or with others, I enjoy both. Going solo, you are responsible for yourself, and your mistakes are yours alone. But in multiplayer, mistakes made by you are also affecting other players, and it can cost your team the hunt. That's why playing in multiplayers is tricky. When I play Monster Hunter in multiplayer, I mostly play with my friends. Not because I don't like playing with randoms, solely because I have friends to team up with, unlike you. Even until now, when there is absolutely no real objective left that we haven't done in the game, I'm still teaming up with my buddies for hunts. There are times when I go solo, because I had more free time than my friends. Or, to put it in a more professional terms, I'm unemployed. Going solo is significantly different than going multiplayer for me. I tend to take my time when going solo. I don't rush to hunt the monster. While tracking the monster, I'll gather materials like plants, mushrooms, ores, hell, I'll even go fishing sometime. No rush to finish the quest, just generally trying to enjoy the environment, because this game's environment is gorgeous. It's a whole different story playing in multiplayer, because not everyone's on the same wavelength as me. Most will immediately go for the monster, obliterate it, and boom, quest completed. When I wander off, even for only a little bit, gathering some materials, others will still go straight for the monster, not minding me and leaving me behind. By the time I show up, the quest is done. I didn't even get to hit the monster, basically no contribution. And I hate not contributing. Sorry, but I know SOS freeloaders looking to get their asses carried by others. That's why, in multiplayer, I focus on fighting the monster. In Monster Hunter, there is a limit to how many times you can faint or cart per quest. Usually it's 3. This limit is unchanged whether you play solo or multiplayer, though there are some exceptions for certain quests. Some investigations or special assignments have fewer or more cards. There are also food skills that could give you quote-unquote extra life, like the Felon Insurance and the Felon Safeguard. But Felon Insurance is RNG based, it does not show up all the time. And for the Felon Safeguard, you will need to unlock the specific ingredients used to get that skill first. So there's that. When you're solo, those 2 extra lives are all yours. It's 2 because by the 3rd time you caught it, the quest failed. However, in multiplayer, those limited chances are shared among 2 to 4 players, depending on how many people you played together with. So, if we try to reason it in a logically correct way, when you decided to play in multiplayer, you've got to be mentally prepared to avoid carting as much as possible, not expecting others to carry your lame ass instead. I can understand if you are the one who sends the SOS signal. Maybe you're struggling for too long already. Besides, the SOS is terminologically meaning a sign for help, so the one joining the quest is players who are ready to help, and the one requesting SOS is obviously looking for some help. And you're joining someone else's SOS with the intention of getting carried? Your intention alone is already wrong in the first place. I know sometimes there is people like me who use the SOS signal just to spice things up, to make the quest livelier. But still, when the player joining me is only running around aimlessly, or even worse, staying at the camp doing abso-fucking-lutely nothing, it annoys me. Really shows how much you want your ass to be carried. Fortunately, players like that seem to be a dying breed. Maybe they already changed their ways and turned over a new leaf. Maybe they got taught no jutsu by Naruto or some shit. Playing multiplayer also means that you can no longer only think about yourself anymore, because the chance of carding is shared between all party members. At least you'd want to have each other's back by helping each other out. so the quest can be done smooth and sound without anyone falling victim to the monster. Be aware of your teammates' condition, whether if healings are needed, does any of them get stunned, paralyzed, or if anybody getting pinned down by the monster. Keep your eye on them. That's why playing with your friends can be easier at times, because you could just start a voice chat with them in Discord or whatever platform you're using. Coordinating will be easier. There's actually a built-in voice chat in Monster Hunter World, but to be honest, it's meh. Well, even if you're not using Discord, just make sure to read the notifications on the right side of your screen. Or at the very least, just pay attention to your teammates' health bars. Other thing you have to pay attention to is your position. For the basics, leave a space for bludgeoning weapon to target the head of the monster, the severing weapon to target the tail, and the ranged weapon to stay, well, ranged. And this positioning is actually dynamic. It doesn't have to be severing weapon at the tail all the time. If the tail is already severed, why bother stay attacking the tail? If the bludgeoning weapon have troubles to reach the head, hit the legs instead. The monster will get tripped because of it, and then move yourself over to the head while the monster is down. I will not play the blame game on who is more worthy of taking which position, because in reality, everything happens dynamically in hunts. The monsters are moving, you are moving, each and every areas are different. In the end, you will need to adjust accordingly to the conditions of the hunt. The key is knowing the capabilities and boundaries of our weapons. And when we specifically talk about its range and how it affects others around, we can simply call it special awareness. Some weapons trip teammates, others launch them into the air, and some just cause a slight flinch. And each of them has different reach. Knowing this helps you figure out where to position yourselves in the hunt. If I dive too deep in this topic, it's gonna take a very long time, so try to learn yourself about this special awareness thing. Maybe I will talk about this in detail sometimes in the future. Lastly, playing in multiplayer means that every single player needs to be at their best to get the best possible outcome. But let's be real, no one's at 100% all the time, unless you are some kind of athlete. There are off days when we are lacking in focus, unwell, or just plainly unlucky. I will try to share my own experience of playing multiplayers with my friends. So, as I've said in the beginning before, I play multiplayer in a party of 4 with my friends. We've been playing together since as long as I remembered. Even took down Fatalis as a team. The story I'm about to share with you is in fact the story of how we beat Fatalis for the first time. We all know how hard of a fight Fatalis is. The time limit is only 30 minutes, every single one of its moves hurts so fucking much, and fast also, and the range is stupidly far. The very embodiment of a final boss. The thing is, we cannot fight Fatalis passively. We have to be on the offensive. If not, we're never going to win. The problem is, one single mistake made when fighting Fatalis is equal to an immediate carding. As I've already said, it's impossible for everyone in the team to be in top form all the time. Some days, 3 of us are on fire, while the 4th is playing like garbage. Just not his day, you know what I'm saying? When that one guy is now in good shape, the other one isn't. Sometimes even all 4 of us are terrible. This going for almost a month, until we all decided to take a break from playing Monster Hunter, because of how tiring it is to keep losing to this black dragon. After around a week or so, we continue playing again. Still, no real result. On the 3rd or 4th day of trying, we just play like usual. Nobody is overhyped or stressed, we just played casually. And it happened. We won. Just like that. Turns out, that's the moment when the 4 of us are all in tip-top shape, prime condition, having good luck. And to be honest, you can kind of feel it whether your party is in a good shape or not. If we are all having a good day, some crazy things happen. Like the monster keeps getting staggered, keeps falling down, your text feels so effective, connects every time, the hunt just seems faster. And it's the other way around when we all are having a bad day. Monster seem to never go down, our attacks whiff all the time, hunts took longer than usual. That's why I said playing multiplayer is tricky, because there are so many factors that can affect the outcome of your hunt. Just keep this in mind, that this is not a result of a deep dive analysis or research from various resources or some shit. I only want to share what's in my head to you lot. If you are in a disagreement with me, feel free to comment down below, so that the whole world will be aware of your cool and objective opinion. Or, if you agree with me, don't hesitate to leave a comment also. Or maybe share your own take. Consider subscribing also. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and as always, last words from me, remember to stay away from poaching and hunt within regulations. Peace.